Hello everyone! Recently, several seemingly unrelated pieces of news have emerged from the top ranks of the Chinese Communist Party. The inside story behind the 120 Hong Kong insurance policies held by Ma Xinrui's wife, Rong Li, has been exposed for the first time. Xi Jinping has quietly launched a campaign to rectify the behavior of officials' wives, and even the First Lady Peng Liyuan is not exempt. At the same time, Peng, the long marginalized former crown prince of the previous administration, has suddenly been rumored to be parachuting into Gansu. At first glance, these three events seem unrelated, but when you put them together, you'll realize that Xi Jinping is fighting several battles at once, battles that even he may not be able to win entirely. Today, I'll help everyone piece these puzzles together to see the true nature behind this grand drama unfolding in Zhongnanhai. If you haven't subscribed to Jinyuan Guantianxia yet, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell now. Every day, I'll help you cut through the chaos and uncover the real pulse behind the events. Alright, let's officially begin. Who is Ma Xinrui? He is not just an ordinary local official, but a technocratic Politburo member personally cultivated and specially promoted by Xi Jinping. He has served as chairman of China Aerospace Science and Industry Corporation, party secretary of Guangdong Province, and ultimately rose to the position of party secretary of Xinjiang. In the eyes of the outside world, he is a core member of Xi Jinping's inner circle, without a doubt. In July 2025, he was removed from his post as Xinjiang Party Secretary. The official statement said he would be reassigned, but his new position has yet to be announced. The military parade at Tiananmen on September 3, 2025 was his last public appearance. After that, he began to consecutively miss a series of important meetings that he was supposed to attend, and by November 28, 2025, he had completely lost contact. Rumors about his downfall had already been circulating in overseas circles since then, but it wasn't until this Thursday that the matter was officially confirmed. And the key clue that ties this whole incident together is not Ma Xinrui himself, but his wife, Rong Li. According to disclosures from multiple overseas sources, over the past few years, Rong Li purchased at least 120 high-value insurance policies in Hong Kong, with each policy reportedly insured for between 6 million and 20 million Hong Kong dollars. The beneficiaries of these policies include the children of several Politburo members, reportedly including the children of Ding Shuexiang, Chen Jining, and even members of Chi's family are said to appear on the list. Sources indicate that Chi's wife, Lin Chenshen, and his son, Cai Erjin, have repeatedly and explicitly refused, while most others gladly accepted. As a result, Rong Li earned a nickname, the Politburo members' wives' insurance queen. All of these claims come from unnamed overseas sources and cannot be independently verified at this time. But the logic behind this entire operational mechanism is very much worth dissecting because it reveals just how far corruption in the Chinese Communist Party's officialdom has evolved. So here's the question. Isn't insurance only paid out when an accident happens? Doesn't giving someone an insurance policy just amount to handing them a worthless piece of paper? Not at all. Hidden within this is a textbook-level money laundering scheme. What's the logic for ordinary people buying insurance? You pay premiums every year, for several years or even decades, and only when an accident happens or you get seriously ill does the insurance company pay out according to the policy terms. If you want to surrender the policy midway, the insurance company will deduct a large amount in fees, and you might only get back 30% to 50% of what you originally paid. Surrendering the policy basically means losing money. This is common knowledge for everyone. But Rong Li used a method within the insurance industry known as lump sum payment. Lump sum payment means paying the entire premium for the policy all at once, not in installments or monthly payments, just a single payment, and the policy takes effect immediately. The beneficiary is directly designated as the family member of the targeted official. Once the contract is established, the policy is registered under their name. Then, the family member of the official who received the gift can apply to the insurance company for a policy surrender at any time, voluntarily terminating the contract and withdrawing the money. The surrender cost for a lump sum policy is much lower than that of an installment policy. After deducting fees, the insurance company directly transfers the funds to the other party's bank account. What does this money show up as on the other party's bank statement? A refund from a certain insurance company. A perfectly legitimate, well-documented, and completely legal financial record. If you ask the disciplinary committee to check the accounts, they won't find a single trace of illegality on the surface. So the giver calls it a personal favor, and the receiver calls it a policy surrender refund. The person offering the bribe doesn't feel like they're bribing, and the person receiving it doesn't feel like they're accepting a bribe. This is the highest form of corruption that the Chinese Communist Party's officialdom has evolved to today. It's not about hiding cash, buying antiques, or running underground banks, but rather using a set of financial instruments to disguise remittances as perfectly legal income. There's another detail everyone should pay attention to. In the entire operation chain, there's a crucial middleman. The Hong Kong insurance broker who handled these policies for Rong Li is Ma Xinrui's white glove. What happened to this person afterwards? After being briefly detained by the disciplinary inspection team of the CCP's Hong Kong and Macau Affairs Office, he completely disappeared and his whereabouts are unknown. And just like that, the trail vanished. There's an even deeper issue here that deserves to be pointed out. The exposure of Rong Li's insurance policies reveals not just the corruption of a single official, but the fact that, outside of Xi Jinping's system, someone has secretly established an informal network of loyalty, quietly tying people together on the same chain of interest. In Xi Jinping's political logic, corruption has never been merely a moral issue. It's always a political issue. He can tolerate embezzlement and may even choose not to investigate it selectively. But if you use money to tie his trusted associates together without his knowledge, forming an interest group beyond his control, that is his bottom line. It's not about the amount of money involved, but about the creation of a separate power base. Tell me, what do you think is the most astonishing aspect of Rong Li's insurance policy scheme? First, the funds can be withdrawn legally, so even if the disciplinary commission audits the accounts, they won't find any evidence. Second, bribery is disguised as personal favors, making it psychologically easier for both the giver and the receiver. Third, it's not just one official being influenced, but the entire social circle of the Politburo. Which point do you think it is? Reply with 1, 2, or 3 and tell me your judgment. Alright, now here's the question. After Xi Jinping saw the full scope of this network, how did he react? My answer is fiercely, far more fiercely than anyone could have imagined. In July 2025, Ma Xinrui was removed from his position as party secretary of Xinjiang. Then, just a month later, in August 2025, according to Chinese-American current affairs commentator Kai Shenkun, the Chinese Communist Party quietly launched a new initiative. Twice a month, they would gather the wives of Politburo members for special study sessions. According to reports, the attendance list for this wives' study group is said to include First Lady Peng Liyuan. This claim currently comes from a single source and cannot be independently verified. But if it is true, the political signal it sends is more shocking than any anti-corruption announcement. Because it shows that even Xi Jinping no longer trusts the people in his innermost circle. In name, this is a special report on the party's work style and clean governance, but in reality, the core requirement can be summed up in 4 words: monthly reporting. These wives must, without exception, submit a report every month detailing whom they met, what they did, and any financial transactions within their families during the previous month. Just think, what kind of people are these? The wives of Politburo members, aren't they all central figures in Beijing's top social circles? Which one of them doesn't have an extensive network and resources behind her? Now, however, they have to confess their thoughts to the organization, just like elementary school students writing weekly journals. Is this really about learning? This is blatant rule by man, pure and simple. Xi Jinping's logic is very clear. You, as a high-ranking official, may be able to keep up a flawless front in public, but if you can't control your wife and her network of connections, then I've got my eye on you. As long as your wife is regularly opening up to the organization every month, there will always be a sword hanging over your head, ready to fall at any moment. This so-called pillow talk surveillance is essentially a form of ongoing psychological intimidation aimed at Politburo members and even top-level officials. When the person closest to you is brought into the surveillance system, every move you make in public, every bit of illicit income, is subjected to invisible scrutiny. Some observers have compared Xi Jinping's current predicament to Mao Zedong's situation in his later years, extremely suspicious of those around him, maintaining loyalty through fear rather than trust. Back then, in his later years, Mao demanded that cadres regularly confess and report on each other, purging his former comrades one by one. Today, it's the wives of Politburo members who have to submit monthly reports. History repeating itself is truly both laughable and lamentable. But I want to say something here that might make people uncomfortable. This approach has never truly succeeded. Xi Jinping's current practice of bringing even the wives under surveillance and requiring monthly reports may buy him temporary intimidation, but it cannot buy genuine loyalty. And a regime that is left with only intimidation and no loyalty is often far more fragile than it appears on the surface. Yet, in the midst of this ruthless and chilling purge, an extremely abnormal personnel signal has emerged. Hu Haifeng, the former crown prince of the previous administration who has been politically marginalized for many years, is rumored to be parachuting into Gansu this May to serve as the full-time deputy party secretary of the provincial committee. Who is Hu Haifeng? He is the son of former CCP General Secretary Hu Jintao, currently serving as Vice Minister of Civil Affairs, and is in his 50s. Hu Jintao governed China for 10 years from 2002 to 2012, but at the 20th National Congress of the Communist Party of China in October 2022, a scene that shocked the world took place. In full view of the audience, Hu Jintao was forcibly escorted off the rostrum by staff members. From that day on, the political marginalization of the Hu family was almost a foregone conclusion. As a result, Hu Haifeng himself did not receive any promotions for many years, keeping such a low profile that people almost forgot about his existence. So, why did this news about his parachuting into Gansu suddenly emerge at this particular time? According to overseas sources, on January 24th of this year, Xi Jinping sent Kai Chi to visit the seriously ill Hu Jintao at Beijing 301 Hospital. During that visit, Hu Jintao took a letter from under his pillow and personally handed it to Kai Chi to take back. It is said that the content of this letter did not discuss state affairs but contained only one request: to transfer Hu Haifeng to Gansu. This is what outsiders refer to as the pillow letter. This account comes from overseas sources and cannot be independently verified at this time. But if this is true, then it was a father at the end of his life making one final plea for his son's future to a former political rival. The only card he had left to play was this one. Why Gansu of all places? There's a bit of history here that must be mentioned. In 1968, Hu Jintao was assigned to work at a hydropower station in Gansu, where he stayed for more than a decade. It was on that land that he rose from an ordinary grassroots technician to a local official, laying the entire foundation for his later meteoric political career. And Hu Haifeng himself was born in Gansu in the early 1970s and spent his childhood there. So, if Hu Haifeng really parachutes into Gansu in May, the symbolism could not be clearer. Returning to his ancestral roots and being promoted to a full ministerial position is not only a historical echo, but also a form of political protection a son receives at his father's final moment. So why did Xi Jinping agree to this? There are 3 layers of calculation here, each deeper than the last. The first layer, the art of appeasement. With the Ma Xingrui case being pursued, everyone within Xi's faction is on edge. With the crackdown on the wives' circle, there is widespread resentment among the top leadership. By promoting Hu Haifeng at this juncture, Xi Jinping is actually sending a signal to the remaining elders and the Youth League faction within the party. As long as you choose to cooperate, even if you are a crown prince from the previous era, I will still give you a way out. This signal comes at a very low cost, yet its effect is significant. The second layer is about the personnel arrangements for the 21st Party Congress, which remain undecided. Xi Jinping needs to maintain a certain symbolic inclusiveness toward other factions outside his own loyalists in order to endorse his political legacy. With the Hu Haifeng move, he has managed to buy himself a broad-minded political image at a very small price. The third layer, and also the coldest one, is the art of control. With Hu Haifeng parachuted into a local position and leaving Beijing, the complex core of information, his every move actually becomes easier for the central authorities to monitor. The position of full-time deputy party secretary of the provincial committee may appear to be a promotion, but in reality it is putting him into a box drawn by Xi Jinping. This may not necessarily be protection, it can also be seen as a form of gentle control. After dealing with Ma Xingrui, who is one of his own, and then giving Hu Haifeng a sweet reward, it instills both fear and gratitude in people. Whether advancing or retreating, it is all my move. This is the art of an experienced ruler and also one of the few cards Xi Jinping can currently play. But how long can this stability, built on fear and political deals, really last? Today you take down a Ma Xinrui, but tomorrow someone else will emerge, operating in an even more covert way. Today you give Hu Haifeng a path forward, but the essence of this path is still just another transaction. If you behave, I let you live. This is not the health of the system. It's merely its lingering on. A truly stable political structure relies on rules and trust, not on a series of individually negotiated survival deals. The more adept Xi Jinping becomes at these case-by-case calculations, the more it shows his inability to solve the fundamental problem. This system has rotted to the point where rules no longer work, and everyone can only rely on private deals to protect themselves. Alright, let's tie together all the threads we've discussed today one last time. Rong Li's 120 insurance policies show us just how far corruption has evolved within the CCP officialdom. From cash, antiques, and luxury goods to a set of financial instruments that even the disciplinary commission finds hard to trace. More importantly, corruption has become completely intertwined with the CCP's political ecosystem. If you investigate him, it's equivalent to investigating the system itself. This is why anti-corruption campaigns can only ever be endless political movements and can never truly solve the problem. Xi Jinping's campaign to discipline his own wife reveals his deep-seated fears. The anti-corruption drive has reached the point where even the First Lady is reportedly required to submit monthly reports, showing that he no longer trusts anyone, not even those closest to him. Hu Haifeng's parachuting into Gansu appears on the surface to be a touching act of political trust between father and son, but behind it lies Xi Jinping's latest attempt to walk a tightrope between purging and appeasing. This is not what a regime moving toward consolidation should look like. This is a regime heading toward internal friction, trying to use even tighter control to delay the loosening it already senses. This major reshuffling at the top of the Chinese Communist Party is far from over, and that crack will only continue to deepen. Alright, that's today's analysis. If you found today's program helpful, remember to subscribe to Jingyuan Observes the World and turn on the notification bell. See you next time.